This weekend past, I went to Malaga to do one of the Hyrox events. It's the first time I've ever been a Hyrox tourist other than going down to London or Manchester, and I have to say, well, how about you watch the video and you'll find out how I get on. So the Hyrox Malaga journey begins. I'm in Spain. I'm in Malaga. Landed a little while ago, and yeah, so it's time to kind of just settle down, try and see if I can fall asleep. My race is at 11:50 tomorrow morning, so I figure if I get up, have a little bit of breakfast or whatever, and then just wander to the YMCA and just kind of spend the morning there soaking in the atmosphere and getting ready for my race. Hyrox tourism, eh? Look at this. Blue sky, sun shining, if I can get in. This is amazing. We don't get this in Scotland or Manchester or London when we go there. So yes, big long walk. The Hotel Romerito is fantastic. However, it is 2 kilometers away from the YMCA. So bit of a walk to get to the venue, but I'll take this as my warm-up. Hilariously, while I went out for dinner last night, as I went into the restaurant, I said, "Una mesa para uno, por favor." Obviously got it a bit too on the nose, as the guy then came with the Spanish menu and talked to me in quite considerably speedy Spanish, and I just sat there like a dumb Brit going, He then went, English? And I thought, I'm not going to correct him and say Scottish, but yes, and then got my dinner. And as being it was a Friday night, dinner was spaghetti bolognese. Now, the truth is, I'm very easily won over by blue skies and sun. But as I kind of wandered up towards the venue, I was just taken by how good looking a building it is. Admittedly, I think anything could look good in this kind of weather, but it's a really nice looking venue from the outside, and there was more to see when you got inside. Now, one massive difference here was check-in. Look at this, I'm just walking straight up to the front, no queuing whatsoever, and this was, what, around about 9:30? To get to the front, hand her my ID and my ticket, and she whips out a chip and a wristband, writes my number on my arm, spanks me on the bottom, and sends me on my way. Well, no spanking. And then getting inside, you're faced with this gorgeous scene. A massive atrium with this kind of structure above you, and as you can see here, folks are using this as warm-up, and then later on as the day got busier, you kind of found that everybody was just lounging out on the ground, just soaking up the sun either after the race or stretching and things pre-race. It was a really good atmosphere from that point of view. And then get inside, start wandering through, and you get the usual let's buy stuff Hyrox thing, which I must admit I did buy one of the training t-shirts later for, it was 35 euros, which I was kind of thinking, is this cheaper than when you buy stuff in the UK? Who knows? Anyway, right, let's get into our walkthrough. Now, the first thing that you're going to notice here is that the running is clockwise. Now, that kind of threw me. I was doing a live Instagram reel, and I kept on just commenting on how that was blowing my mind. Usual crossing points, controlled by some really enthusiastic folks, kept it all running nicely, and then we get to the ski erg. Now here we come with Ian Irvin coming in, doing doubles with his partner. Kind of filmed him for a while, spoke to him afterwards. He seemed relatively happy with what he was doing. Didn't get him rowing, but I did get him on the ski erg. Now my ski erg went okay. I ran my first lap and kind of ran up to there, managed to hold around about 1:59 pace, but like they always say, you don't win anything on the ski erg. And then of course after the ski erg comes the sled push. Now for me, it was only the second station, but my entire race fell apart from the sled push. This is the first race ever that I've actually had to stop and take like extended rests. I don't know what it was, don't know whether it was the inside carpet or not, but I completely blew up on the sled push, and in fact it took me really up until the farmer's carry to be able to settle down again and be able to kind of feel I was in control of my race again. After that was the sled pull, and the sled pull for me felt really slick and smooth. It was nice and fast, and yeah, it just kind of went really well despite the look on my face. I really like how the bumper plates have got the Spanish colours on them, the red and yellow of the Spanish flag. Nice touch. Surprisingly, there was no photos of me doing the burpee broad jumps. They did have all the time in the world, as being it took me well over 5 minutes to get them done, but you know how much we all love a burpee. And then of course after the burpees, my favourite station, the row. Now, I say favourite, but by the time I got to this, I sat down, and this really was about recovering and trying to let myself kind of gather my energy for the rest of the race. This time I was down at 2 minutes, huffing and puffing, just couldn't really get control of myself by the time it came to the row. After that, of course, is the farmer's carry, and this is where I started to kind of catch my breath a little bit, not running anywhere near as fast as these doubles guys are, but the farmer's carry, like I said, is the point where kind of I started to settle down a little bit, caught my breath for the run that was going to come, and then into the lunges. Now, there's quite a lot of photos of me doing the lunges, and much like the joke I made about the burpees, that's because I spent so much time here doing them. Again, it was like over 5 minutes getting them done. So this, along with the burpee broad jumps, is the thing that I really need to look at doing faster, which then brings us on to the wall balls. Now, the wall balls in training I'd been getting quite cocky and confident about. Managed to do over 100 unbroken 3 times in the lead up to training for this race, so I kind of thought going into this one that I might, can I manage 100 wall balls unbroken? No, of course I couldn't. I got up to 33 and then I had to take a breather, and then I was just doing it in sets of 20. Had a couple of no reps towards the end, but it was okay. I managed to kind of get it done. But again, this was over 5 minutes for the wall balls. So I can add this to the list of things that really I should be doing faster. Now, of course, I don't really set the world on fire when it comes to the runs anyway, so most of the laps are round about 5 minutes. So of course, yes, that's something I could really be working on too. But if I'm looking at the stations, they're the 3 that I really should be working at. Anyway, I got to the finish and absolutely over the moon. 1:19:02. Now, I know that's not going to be as fast as lots of you out there, but for me, that was a minute faster than Glasgow that was just a few weeks before, and 43 seconds faster than I've ever managed it. So a full-on PB for me. All right, that's me done with Hyrox Malaga. Yeah, I enjoyed that. I'm happy to have got a PB, happy to have got a minute faster than the race in Glasgow, which is the last one I did. And it's 3 weeks until London for that race, so let's see what happens there. The thing is, I can almost guarantee that London is not going to be this kind of weather. Yeah, I'm off to the beach, so I'm going to go and sit there for the rest of the afternoon, which will be quite nice. Maybe get a beer, who knows. And that's exactly what I did. The beach was about 2 kilometers away from the venue, so I had a nice little walk down there, got myself a really nice burger, had that beer I promised myself, and had a walk in the sea too. Then I went, laid down on the beach, and promptly fell asleep and woke up sunburned. Whoops. So anyway, what are the quick takeaways from this? Number 1, Hyrox tourism is amazing. Judging by how difficult it's becoming to try and get tickets in the UK, I'm really going to start looking further afield. After all, the cost to go to Malaga for the weekend is pretty much the same as how much I'm paying to go to London for the weekend in a couple of weeks' time. But then we get down to me and Hyrox, and I have to make a decision about what I'm doing with this sport. I love training for it, I love racing, but I'm not that fast. Now, I know that there are people that are slower than me, and I'm not throwing any shade at you, but if I want to be competitive at this sport, I really need to be losing like 15 to 20 minutes of time when it comes to my race. Or I'm just in here as one of the people that just turns up races just to try and be faster, which is perfectly fine by me, but as being, I'm looking to return to the world of indoor rowing racing next year. I do need to balance what exactly I'm doing. All right, thank you so much for watching this video. Please take care of yourselves. If you enjoyed it, please leave a comment below, and take care. Be well. Bye-bye.